Hey there, welcome to day 925 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting and talking about my journey, my business journey, from the offline brick and mortar world, the corporate world, to the online world. Started my first business when I was 13, an ice business actually, making bagged ice cubes and then block ice. And since then have been in well over 20, probably 27 or more different businesses and different industries throughout my entrepreneurial business ownership career, as well as spending over a quarter century in corporate America. Yes, I am that old. I've been around a long time and done a lot of different things. And so most of those were offline. Found myself a few years back with the opportunity to do something absolutely different, absolutely new, totally changing my life and the direction of my life. And so as part of my divorce and divesting myself of all my business interests with my ex-husband, I found that I was old enough that I didn't really want to retire and stop doing anything, but I didn't want to go back to the normal world and get a job or anything like that. It just wasn't even an option for me. After decades on my own, when I finally did leave corporate America, I've never had a desire to go back and work for somebody else. So I decided that I would check out this online internet world. And I dabbled and done a couple of things in the online world while I was working in corporate America, and while I was actually in corporate America, the internet was brand new when I was still in corporate America. But in my own businesses, I dabbled in things online, but I never really had the time and the energy or the resources that I devoted to it. It was an evolving technology and an evolving thing. And so I was curious about it. I was really interested in it, but I never really spent, and I was raising a family too, so I just didn't spend the time and energy looking into it. But I found that I could. And so I thought, well, I'm going to duplicate my offline success online. And I thought, oh, everybody says online's going to be so easy. It's just going to happen like that. It's going to be so quick and so easy. Yet here I am on day 925, still talking. And I'll be perfectly honest, I did not start doing live videos right out of the gate. I did not jump on the, I'm going to do live videos. I'm going to do either Facebook Live or YouTube or some kind of a video ever. I mean, I don't even think I have a voice for radio, and I definitely don't have a face for video, in my opinion. So that caused me to resist that for like a good 6 months to a year before I was even brave enough to do a video. And my first video was with a beaver puppet, which is really embarrassing. But that's how I got myself over the fear of doing a video. And I could do a whole course on how to do videos, what to do, what not to do. And if you're looking at my background, people would say, oh, you have to have books in your background because you're an expert. You have to do this, you have to do that. And I say, I do what I want. I think part of the amazing thing about the internet and the online world is that we get to be ourselves. We get to be who we really are. And that means I get to have whatever background I want. My life is about having my ducks in a row and crazy backgrounds and being grateful and telling people, hey, I'm probably going to offend you at some point because I'm going to tell it like I see it. You might not see it that way, and that's okay. I still get my opinion. I get to see things the way I see things based on my experiences, just like you get to see things the way you see things based on your experiences. And neither one is better or worse than the other. They just are what they are. And if we could treat people the way we want to be treated and realize that we're all on our own journey and each of us has a journey to live our life, I think we'd be a lot kinder and a lot more understanding of one another. So today, show, don't tell. Show, do not tell. Why do I say that? A couple reasons. Today's idiom for supersize your business was head in the clouds. And so often in my life, and maybe you felt and experienced the same thing, I have been told that I am crazy. Sorry, getting a phone call in the middle of my video. It's impossible for you. So my dad taught me at a pretty young age the lesson to don't just tell people what you're going to do. Everybody's full of hot air and ideas. We all are full of infinite ideas and infinite possibilities, but if you're just telling people what you're going to do and then you never actually do it because you let the naysayers and the people that tell you something's not possible beat you down and then you don't even try, most people do that. And that's why he said, don't just tell people what you're going to do. Go out and demonstrate and show them exactly what you're going to do. And so that was great advice I got from my dad. And so that's why I'm thinking about demonstrating your expertise, demonstrating what you're good at. Show people how you can help them. Give them value first, and you'll never have to worry about customers or clients or your livelihood in the future. If we do what we can for other people, if we treat people the way we want to be treated, we never have to worry about, am I going to have enough money to eat? Am I going to be able to pay the bills? Am I going to be able to do anything? And when you take that doubt, fear, and worry out of the equation, everything in your life becomes so much easier. So show and tell today, or not show and tell, show, don't tell is what I'm thinking about today. I'm going to find more and more ways to do that so often, and I talk a lot in every day, right? I talk every day, and people are probably like, why are you talking to me every day? You know, why do you care? I care because I want to demonstrate that just showing up has value. Being willing to help people and answer questions and be yourself has a tremendous value. I think of people like Oprah Winfrey. What if Oprah decided she wasn't going to show up because it was hard? Look at the impact that she's had, and look at how fun it was. I don't know about you, but I watched her show a lot the 25 or so years that it was on and off periodically. Sometimes I thought her guests were ridiculous. Sometimes I thought her show topics were ridiculous, you know, but it didn't matter. It was fun to watch her journey of developing and becoming Oprah in front of our eyes, because throughout my life, it happened in front of our eyes. And every time she or anyone else steps up and is truly themselves, it gives the rest of us permission to do the same thing. And guess what? We've never needed permission to be ourselves, but we've always been led, at least during my lifetime, to feel like we needed other people's acceptance and permission to do everything. I think it comes from the young age of we need our parents' permission to do things, then we need school's permission, then we need our boss's permission, and we just get indoctrinated into this thinking that somebody else has to grace us with their permission before we can do, be, or have whatever it is that we want. And the truth is, we never needed their permission. It's always been up to us to choose and decide and figure it out for ourselves. But by giving other people responsibility, it meant we didn't have to be 100% responsible for ourselves. So that was today's Supersize Your Business and today's idiom. Fun challenge today was all about going out and slaying something. And so just going out and having fun in a way that makes you happy, that delights you. Again, being yourself. Working with a couple new coaching students on challenges, which is my jam. Doing the Get Up and Go challenge today was about the O in SOAP, our SOAP framework. I actually just started the SOAP framework way of describing the process of change, the process of dealing with challenges, probably in April-ish. I don't even know if I came up with that in April, the April 30-day Get Up and Go challenge. It might have been the June-July Get Up and Go challenge. I'll have to go back and check my notes, but it probably wasn't until June or July that I started using that as a way of explaining and demonstrating, because I don't just tell people how to do it, I demonstrate through my own example and through going through different examples of how could you apply this to your life to help trigger them and help them to be able to more clearly see, okay, I see how she's doing this. Well, then if she can do this, I can certainly do this, because she's a goofy grandma, for goodness sake. So I don't think I started using that SOAP framework until probably June, July. And so it's just been new. And now it's the same process that I've used forever to deal with change and deal with challenges. It's just simplified and presented in a way that more people can relate to it and understand it. That's the whole power of frameworks. That's the whole power of keeping things simple. If people can see themselves doing it, if they can say, oh, I can remember SOAP, then whenever a challenge comes their way, they'll say, okay, what's going on right now? What's changed? What is my current situation, and what do I want? Okay, what are all the possible solutions? What are the options that I've got to get from where I am now to where I want to go? What are all the possibilities? And then the A for action and P for progress, because we always as humans want to be making progress. So it's the same process, whether it's a 10-step process, which I taught originally, which was too complicated. It's not, but it is. Then a 7-step process, which is still, that's manageable, but a little complicated for people. And now I've broken it down to just 4. Hey, here's the 4 things you have to do in order to make sure that you always handle change in the way that's best for you. Doesn't matter if it's the best for your cousin or your aunt or uncle or your grandma or your grandpa or your friends. probably impacts your kids, but it's what is the best solution for you? What is the best way of dealing with this particular challenge or change for you? We're all getting lots of practice during COVID, right? All right, that's it. I'm going to return a phone call. Go out, have an absolutely awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow.